What's up everybody, it's AC Omega and today I bring you my solo Easter egg guide for all 3 maps from the Tortured Path. But before we get into it, I just want to say that you can't get the ending cutscene while playing solo because of the way this map pack is designed. You can do the Easter egg on all 3 maps, but right now the only way to get the cutscene and to unlock the survival maps is to do the Easter egg in a public game. I'm sorry about that, but maybe Sledgehammer Games will fix that in the future. With that being said, let's get into it. So I will begin this guide by giving you some general tips and I will talk about the objectives in this game. Then I will follow up with each chapter and the Easter eggs. It took me quite a few tries, but I was able to do all of this solo and I hope to give you some good advice. First of all, use the 9mm SAP pistol as your starting weapon. It's by far the strongest pistol and starting weapon in general. You can pretty much kill all different zombies with this gun in no time. See, I don't like to stop shooting, so I prefer to use the dual-wield variant, but this choice is yours. Extended mags would be really useful as well, but ammo is not an issue on these maps, because you can easily refill your ammo. Points are also not a problem, because you should get enough jolts to get set up and to buy everything you need. I would advise you to use the C4 grenades. I throw them next to the batteries when I have to fill them up. And if you get surrounded, you can press square 2 times and blow up the zombies. My next tip would be to get the jack-in-the-boxes as early as possible, in the best case before round 3. To get them early, all you have to do is to buy the starting weapon box a few times, because it's the cheapest. I would recommend to buy an SMG only after you have the jack-in-the-boxes. The last things that I want to mention are consumables. If you have some overcharged or max ammo consumables, I would highly recommend using them, especially on the first chapter. So the objectives that you have to do on round 3, 6 and 9 are most of the time pretty straightforward. If you have to defend something, activate frontline and train the zombies away from the supplies. Repair or defuse objectives are also really easy if you have the jack-in-the-boxes. By the way, I would save them every time for the objective rounds. The Meistermeuchler are also not too hard, especially on round 3. As long as you have a SMG and frontline, they should be dead in no time. But the Sizzler zombies round? That's complete bullshit sometimes. But a lot of the challenges are easy, like the one where you need to shoot a Zeppelin. Others can be a bit more tricky, like the Diffuser challenge on chapter 2. For this one, you have to open supply drops and pick up the diffuser. So you have to take a moment to train all the zombies behind your back, so you can run and defuse the bomb without getting stuck by zombies in front of you. And there is like this vision challenge on chapter 2, where you just have to end the round as soon as possible. But yeah, try to save your special ability and your jack-in-the-boxes for the objective rounds. Alright, so the first chapter is in my opinion the most intense, because you can't make any mistakes or you have to start over again. Pretty annoying. For your loadout, I would say use frontline as your special and lucky crit, vicious and fully loaded as your mods. You will absolutely need frontline for the Easter egg, trust me. But for now, I will explain what you have to do on each round. So on round 1, fill up the first Pack-a-Punch battery. After that, look for the 6 body parts. I think there are like 30 different locations and I will show you all of them. If you already know them, you can skip this part. There are 3 on the main floor of the first house and 2 in the basement. One spawn is on a truck, 2 legs can be in this building, and there can also spawn an arm and a head as well. Just outside is another spawn location. Just check the places where I shoot with my gun and see if you find something. You will need 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head and 1 torso. There are also a few spawns around and in the destroyed building, but just check the spawns like I did in this video and you should have all of them. If you have them, shoot down the rope next to the first battery and try to get the jack-in-the-boxes. For round 2, just make some points. On round 3, complete the objective. On round 4, fill up the second battery and get the rope. To get it, you have to press square next to this tree. On round 5, you should get whistling zombies. So you want to let one whistling run into the other one to get like his arm. You need it for the Easter egg. So let one zombie alive, I recommend a whistling, and stop the windmill. You want to stop it so that the most unbroken side is on the ground. For this, just press square in the windmill next to this spinning construction. So you need to be 100% accurate when you stop the windmill. Then you can put on the body parts. By the way, it takes around 8 seconds for one segment to reach its next position. So just count to 8 and hope for the best. And after you put on the body, you also need to put on these drop pod spikes that spawn in one round after you pick up the rope. So place them and put the zombie on top. Again, it needs to be 100% accurate. Finish the round and you should get a lightning strike. On round 6, complete the objective. On round 7, you need to escort the zombie, so activate frontline and don't let him get attacked. This is the part where I would recommend consumables. The zombie will disappear in the destroyed house and come back on round 8. So now you want to fill up the last battery and pack-a-punch your 9mm SAP pistol. So on round 8, escort him and kill the zombies next to him to charge his battery. Activate frontline and use the jack-in-the-boxes. And hope for the best. Again, use consumables. The zombie will drop a battery that you can put in next to the door. On round 9, complete the last objective and if you haven't already, pick up the hilt and get set up for the last boss fight. The boss fight shouldn't be a problem if you have frontline and vicious. Wait for his shield to come down and kill him. Now you just have to escape from the map. So chapter 2. Again, use the same loadout like in chapter 1. Frontline is key. So on round 1, you want to fill up the first pack-a-punch battery and again try to get the jack-in-the-boxes. Let one zombie alive and melee the battery next to the pack-a-punch machine to get the vision mode. On round 2, you need to shoot 9 fish, and in case you don't know where they are, just follow my path in this gameplay. Apart from that, just make some points and don't buy perks yet. You need the points for the Easter egg. On round 3, you will see this fish that spawns in the map. You need to follow him to a battery station. And then you need to buy a battery for 3000 points and place it in. However, round 3 is an objective round, so you can do it on round 4 if you want. But if you have an easy challenge, you can also do it on round 3. It really depends. Right, so about these batteries. You have to fill up this fish on 3 different locations. But before you fill up the last one, you want to be set up. But anyways, let's take a step back and look at the 5 different battery locations. There is one on a boat in the spawn area and one is next to the quick revive machine. Another one is next to the starting weapon wall buy. And 2 other spawns can be next to the first pack-a-punch battery. Alright, round 4. Fill up the second pack-a-punch battery and your fish battery. Same thing for round 5. If you have troubles in this close cornered map, train the zombies in one big loop around the map and only kill a few at one time. If you can afford it, buy at least stamina up and double tap. On round 6, complete the objective. For round 7, finish the second fish battery and the last pack-a-punch battery. On round 8, get set up. Pack-a-punch 2 guns. One of them should be the 9mm SAP and get perks. Finish the last battery and you will get transported to this crazy underground area. Jump from platform to platform and kill the zombies. At the last platform you have to beat this fish game. Unfortunately, I don't have any tips for that, but you will figure it out yourself. After you complete this last game, you get back to the map and you can pick up the pommel. Now all you have to do is to beat round 9 and the boss and you are done. The boss is pretty easy, so you shouldn't have any problems. Use the 9mm SAP and, you guessed it, frontline. So again, the key thing for this chapter is to run in one big loop around the map. Don't just stay in front of the batteries, run and adjust to your surroundings. Chapter 3, finally. For this one I would use free fire instead of frontline to make one Easter egg step easier. Also use a sniper as your starting weapon to read runes around the map. So on round 1 fill up the first Pack-a-Punch battery and hit the battery that is in the middle of the map 3 times. On round 2 you can get into the vision mode and search for runes around the map. Alright, stop. A quick side note, there are 16 different combinations for the rune door in this map. So what you could do is to try all 16 different combinations to get to the next step. And I will have a link for them in the description, of course. But I don't know about you, but I don't like to try 16 different codes while training a zombie. So I try to find all rune locations. It took me hours and hours because no one makes a proper guide and includes all the rune locations. So I watched a couple of live streams and checked Reddit and I found 9 locations so far. Again, you can see it in my gameplay. But these are still not all of the locations, so if you know any more, please let me know. But let's continue. Find the runes on round 2 and put them in the rune door. By the way, you can only use the vision mode on even numbered rounds. So you can use it on round 2, 4, 6 and 8. On round 3 you will get a care package. It will include the hilt that you can place in the middle of the map. But first complete the objective. Maybe you need to buy an SMG to defend yourself. But don't buy the starting weapon box to get the jack-in-the-boxes. Not yet. Because on round 4 you want to fill up the second battery for the Pack-a-Punch machine and you want to light up the flares in the 4 bowls in the altar room. And the one next to the supply drops. This will open a secret rune location. Pick it up and place it in the door. Now you can get into the vision mode again and find the next code. By the way, you will see if the code is correct when the door glows red. On round 5 you will get the pommel. Pick it up and place it in the middle. Now you have to find the round platform that's rising from the ground. I'm not sure if you need a specific amount of kills or if it's time based. But stay on the platform until it sinks in the ground. This is the part where I recommend free fire and jack-in-the-boxes. Right, as soon as you are done with the flare step, get the jack-in-the-boxes and buy an SMG. But stay on the platform even if you go down, it doesn't matter. If it's done correctly, you can pick up the last rune that is somewhere in the blood. Now you can put in the last rune code on round 8. In the meantime, Pack-a-Punch your guns on round 7 and complete the objective on round 6. On round 9 you will get the blade. So go ahead and assemble the Sword of Barbarossa. And that's it. If you have made it all the way up to this point, I'm sure you will not have any problems defeating the Guardian on your own. Again, unfortunately you will not get a cutscene, but you can still complete the 3 chapters on your own, and I hope that this guide was useful. So good luck and goodbye. I see you next time.